Today we're going to be making a beefy mushroom with Gorgonzola sauce and pasta of your choice. First, we're going to take about 24 ounces of sirloin and salt and pepper both sides liberally. If you were also to have leftover pot roast, this meal would be excellent using that in lieu of the sirloin. Also, as you're watching this, I sure would appreciate it if you'd take the time and hit the subscribe button. Thanks a lot. Now take about a pound of mushrooms. I'm using portobello, but you could use white mushrooms. And we want to give them a nice slice. And here's another little cooking hint for you. After I take my mushrooms, I put them in the microwave for about a minute. This helps get rid of a lot of the moisture and will help them in the browning process once you put them in the pan. Now I'm going to crush, peel, and mince about 1.5 teaspoons of fresh garlic. Now I'm going to mix up some spices. I'm going to use about 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. We'll go ahead and add the garlic to this. Next, I'm going to crush up about 1/4 teaspoon of rosemary. Now let's add our other herbs. Next, you want to add about 1/3 cup of shallots. I did not have shallots, so I'm using green onion. Give this a quick stir and toss to blend. Add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil to a preheated skillet and about 1 tablespoon of butter. When everything is heated and melted, then let's add the mushrooms. Stir and toss and continue heating until we get some color on the mushrooms. Let's go ahead and throw some salt and pepper in here to continue building the layers of flavor. Now it's time to get your pasta of choice cooking. I cook the sirloins on the outside grill, bringing them, and you want to cut them into bite-sized pieces. As being the cook, it is your duty to sample this steak many times while doing the cutting. Now it's time to add the spices and vegetables to the pan. Stir often and mix to soften the vegetables. Of course, you can add more butter or oil as needed. Now add 1 cup of beef broth. Add about 1/2 cup of white wine. Here's another little cooking hint. I have a silicone muffin tray that I fill the cups with white wine, and I freeze it in the freezer and then put those in a plastic bag. So I always have wine to use in a recipe. Add about a tablespoon of flour to the sauce to start the thickening. When the sauce thickens, now it's time to add the cheese. Stir constantly to blend the cheese and give it time to melt. Now let's add about 2/3 of a cup of heavy cream. Stir and mix to blend. This sauce is looking really good and it smells terrific. Now it's time to add the meat into the sauce. Stir to coat. At this time, I would also recommend turning the heat off from the pan. At this point, you want to stop the cooking process as to not toughen the meat. Now, let's add the pasta to the pan and stir and mix to coat. Here we're going to sprinkle some chives throughout the dish. Give it a quick toss to incorporate and you're ready to serve. Lastly, you want to chop about a tablespoon of fresh parsley to garnish. Here I forgot to do that.